conference rank as well.
Yeah, number 20 in the country for GMU, and you can see the numbers right there. Both teams on the kills, they're going to get upwards of 30, if not 40, and not dropping a set at this point in the season. Both undefeated, 4-0 for LBSU and 3-0 for the Buckeyes.
Next, the lineups for Ohio State and Long Beach State. Relatively young lineup for Long Beach State, although they have Skylar Varga is back and starting again tonight as well. But the freshmen, Jackson Chris, Jake Pizzanti, have really had a huge impact so far, Austin. Both of them were big West Players of the Week last week.
And especially you talk about some of the younger guys. Daniel Hirsch-Danovich, the redshirt freshman, 2025 AVCA honorable mention All-American. He was one of the top 10 best players in the Big West offensively, and that's going to be a big piece for Nick McRae's offense.
And a lot of younger players who've elevated. It's kind of a theme for this match, I suppose, for Ohio State. You have Shane Wetzel, who's one of the captains, but the first sophomore captain in program history is Drew Hudson, who had his career high in digs last time out against George Mason. Eliel Salvatore has been outstanding in the middle. Aaron Grimm on the starting lineup. Stanislaus Haczynski has been great. It's just the Ohio State has looked so strong so far to the start of the year.
This is a team that's firing on all cylinders so far. And when you talk to head coach Kevin Birch, he says it. This is one of the most talented, if not the most talented team he's had in his tenure at Ohio.
2023, Ohio State took down Penn State, then number 1, and then in 24 and 25 they took down then number 1 UCLA. Today they get number 2, but the reigning national champion Long Beach State Beach. Their last time in Columbus was a victorious one, sweeping UCLA. They haven't lost a set since the semifinals against Pepperdine back on May 10th.
Man,
pretty good run.
That's going back to Big West Conference tournament time. I mean, it has been half a calendar year in between a set loss. Ohio State would love to jump on that advantage, and with the fans here at the Covelli Center, this is going to be one of the best locations for men's volleyball you'll find potentially this season.
And Nick McRae, the new head coach for Long Beach State, is so fired up to be back in Columbus, just gushing with how appreciative he's been of his time here in the past. And now he will send Jackson Christ, the freshman from his hometown of Long Beach. He's a Long Beach guy, wants to play for Team USA in the future, and he will get it started here on a Saturday in Columbus. And a service error right off the bat.
You got to see which team is able to lock it in service-wise at the beginning. And I know it's only the first serve of the match itself. If Haczynski can get back here and take one in his own right, small incremental gains like that could be the beginning of the end.
Dug out that time by Drew Hudson, who had a career high in digs against George Mason on Thursday, and that one drifted a little too far.
That was close. You go from that far side pin, unsure about it, and Nick McRae's a little unsure about it.
Well, from his vantage point, he's on the complete opposite end. You couldn't tell if that was in or out.
About as close to the tape as you're going to get.
Haczynski was newcomer of the year in the MIVA a year ago. That rocket handled by Skylar Varga. Krasnidovic, who's been outstanding, key role last year's championship team. And the Buckeyes have swept 3 points in a row.
Daniel Hurley as well. Just the way he's able to get in those situations, looks at the defense, realizes he has that dual block in front of him, gets up and just pushes it over. A little light tap off the chest of the defense.
Yeah, Hurley can get up there. He touches 9-10, 9-11. A line drive at Kellen Larson. He was able to handle it, and finally, Long Beach State turns to the old reliable Skylar Varga, who was first-team All-American a year ago. Twice he's been All-American.
He led Long Beach State last year in kills, hitting percentage, and kills per set.
Yeah, not too bad being 2 times All-American, doing all that while being Canadian and performing well for the Canadian teams.
I mean, he's in one of the best collegiate volleyball conferences in the country. And even then, the best of the best still have those blunders early.
Now Jake Pizzanti, who's been outstanding And now back to serve for Ohio State, Aaron Grimm, the redshirt sophomore for Louisville. He had 60 kills a year ago, looking to keep the good times rolling for the Buckeyes. Deftly done by Ben Braun.
Just looked like miscommunication. Alex Kandev didn't do too much with that swing over. Sometimes the back line is so prepared on a power hit backwards that when it's slowed down and soft in front of him.
You see that all the time in Division I volleyball where everyone's expecting the big swing and then just the little changeup always throws them off.
Braun and Hrstanovic. The dual block of the near side pin.
There's Skylar Varga, the senior. Could have gone pro, had a lot of offers. Wanted to stay and compete for Long Beach State, look for a back-to-back national championship. As that one, he underhit into the net.
And that serve was 70 miles an hour. You are not going to see that from many programs or athletes in any portion of the globe. And there's another reason why he got so many of those professional offers.
Not going to see it from Shane Wetzel, who's crafty with his serve. He's got some power, although that one a little undersold too. The captain for the Buckeyes, back-to-back service errors. And now we go to Ben Braun. Hrstanovic, a bullet was that grazed it was. Off the upper shoulder of Haczynski.
You could see he wanted to move. That came at him at about as fast as it possibly could.
I left a rug burn on his shoulder.
Yeah, I thought you could fade it. There's only so much you can do. Just hope.
An answer by Braun. Is it in? It is. Or Shane Wetzel, rather. Captain this year.
Wetzel's that finesse guy from the service line. We just saw that there on a cross-court kill. Slowed it down.
Daniel Hurley, the redshirt junior, highlighted him a little bit ago from Virginia Beach. That's long. Almost like he made contact a little too deep. He was almost over the court when he finally struck the ball.
You can also see he just hit it at an off portion of his hand. Sometimes the curl of the fingers at the top can help it get that backward spin and touch that back tape.
Danil Hrstanovic, he's had 10-plus kills each of the last 2 matches. And there's the big thwack from the middle. Eliel Salvatore, the transfer. He might be relatively short for a middle, but he's got a big swing, and you just saw it there.
6'4", and he's been doing that since his time at Lincoln Memorial. He had 166 kills in 77 matches last year.
Kevin Birch, he said he likes to sit down with transfers, get an honest assessment. He doesn't want them to fool him. And Eliel said he just wanted a chance to play at a bigger school. He was kind of stuck with Lincoln Memorial. They weren't able to move on to the tournament, and he wanted to test his mettle at a top school, a great volleyball school, and there he's here with Ohio State. His back to serve is Alex Kandev. Kept alive by Juan Rodriguez. The tremendous setter for Ohio State, Varga. And it sailed.
And when you look at this Ohio State team, built from the ground up, only one transfer who is getting rotational minutes, and that is Eliel Salvatore. So Kevin Birch prides himself as a coach who recruits locally, obviously, and around the country.
Including in Puerto Rico, where Daniel Henwood Rodriguez is from. He drove that one right at Jackson Christ.
Whether that was a freshman blunder or just caught him by surprise, Christ was not prepared in any sense of the imagination.
Seemed that just caught him in almost a no man's land, right on the numbers. Well struck by Henwood Rodriguez. Will he go right back into the well? Nope. Might have tried.
I think the biggest thing that stuck out to me about Daniel Henwood Rodriguez is when you talk to Coach Birch. He said he's got a lot of swagger. He's not intimidated by anyone. He's also not afraid to chirp with his coach, with his teammates. So when it gets down to it in the nitty-gritty of practice, he's gonna let you hear some choice words about how he feels.
They call it banter. They call it banter. And you call that a nice right swing by Aaron Grimm. Ohio State is definitely the size disadvantage in the middle today, but it hasn't shown up here so far in the first set.
So far, there haven't been as many jousts in the middle as you normally see, and that could just be from the overall swing power of both programs.
Haczynski. Free ball here for Ohio State. And Wetzel drove one. Kellen Larson just enough to keep it alive.
And the Buckeyes went out of system on that play. Aaron Grimm set it up, who then set it back to the traditional setter, Henwood Rodriguez, who went to Wetzel, and then the confusion on the backline defense from Daniel Hrstanovic.
And that great serve by Haczynski really gave Ohio State that chance there. Maybe again. Wetzel. That time Larson was ready for him. Varga dealt with. And off the hands of the blocker, Pizzanti. And Ohio State continues an impressive first set.
Daniel Hurley is just stalking his prey. He's waiting. He's not trying to get in the way of Stanislaw Haczynski. He plays the near side pin exactly how he should.
Ohio State's been handling Varga relatively well so far. That time, Drew Hudson is able to dig it out. And Wetzel, another. Shane Wetzel at Ohio State on a run.
Whether it's number one, number two, heck, unranked, they're just going to play their game the way they know how. And also, when you get back to those 3-0 starts, that's all credit to Kevin Birch, the way he prepares his guys. He wants the hardest non-conference schedule you're going to get, and that's why you see number 2 in the country here in Columbus.
Yeah, for the first time since 2022. If that caught the end of the line, not quite. Haczynski, he dialed up the heat on that serve. Here's Jake Pizzanti, the native of Huntington Beach. He and Nick McCray, the head coach for Long Beach State, go back a long way into the club days. Wetzel, his dominant first set continues. Kill number 4.
And the biggest portion of that that's going to go underrepresented was Aaron Grimm. He fakes out the hit. As soon as the set goes up from Henwood Rodriguez, Grimm's there to jump. Last second fades the arm down, and Wetzel's there with a free ball.
Well, Aaron Grimm's ears were burning. Here he goes. And not able to dig that one out was Haczynski. Too much power from Long Beach State. That front line trying to assert themselves. Skylar Barger will serve.
That was Ben Braun. He's got 15 kills, now 16 this season.
Ben Braun from Rancho Mirage, California, one of the seniors on the team. And Ohio State, they're painting the edges right now. Dan Hurley gets the kill.
First 2 kills from Hurley, he's been going into the defense, so you get a different look. You find you could go across court. It's the best way to read a defense.
That one, quite a bit from Alex Kondev, the sophomore native of Bulgaria, who is the captain of their U21 team. They're really excited about Wojciech Gajek, freshman from Poland. Nick McCray said that they're excited for the whole world to see him, and by whole world we mean United States.
He was playing at the under-21 FIVB World Championship with Poland. He's been doing this for a long time out of Katowice, Poland. He was the 3rd leading scorer at the tournament with 138 kills, 23 total blocks, and 9 service aces.
That's a lot of kills.
It is, but he also is just getting into the rotational piece here for the Beach. Only played 1 set against George Mason and had a single kill.
It's just the depth of Long Beach State. It served him well a year ago, and the young depth with Gajek, he's just one of the freshmen. Oh, another service error down the line by Hurley.
When you go down the stretch of a season, sometimes the freshmen have the fresh legs because they're still so young. They're used to the crazy travel ball seasons where they're going match to match in all parts of the country, and now you're doing it cross-country matchups, non-conference, conference. When you have somebody young who's willing to work and can help down the stretch of a team, that's when you see the best of the best come out.
That's served long by Hrstanovic. He was one of the young guys for Long Beach State a year ago in their championship run as an underclassman, now one of the leaders on the team. There's Elio Salvatore as he's trying to get Ohio State back in the NCAA tournament. Fell to Loyola in the conference finals a year ago. Did not make the NCAAs last year for the Buckeyes. And just a little wide.
Just off the back corner, and it was smart by Alex Kandev to leave it alone, because if he put his hand out, there is a chance it could have clipped it.
Well, Kandev's well acclaimed as he serves here for his high IQ volleyball. That one into the net. Again, the run of service errors. We talked about that in the open, Austin, of just both teams trying to maximize their serving, and so far a lot of them have been a little over the edge.
And you talk about it specifically with Kandev, and that's my apologies, pronouncing his name incorrectly, but he is one of the pieces for Long Beach State that has to be on the attack at all points of the game.
Varga received it, and then a hammer down the middle. There's Jackson Christ, who caught the attention of the Big West last week, the freshman.
He's had at least 3 total blocks in the 4 matches played. He had 6 against Central State and Lindenwood. So far, none today, though.
And 5 against George Mason. A couple service errors, though.
That's just the give and take of men's volleyball specifically. And looking at the numbers right now, Long Beach State has 7 service errors. Ohio State has 6. When you look at the aces, 1 combined. Ohio State has an ace.
Yeah, 1 not equally split.
No, not at all.
And there, too much power from Ben Braun. Ben Braun had a great run in the championship a year ago. Did not play against UCLA, but in the ones he did play, his hit percent was north of 67 in both. He had 80 in their first game of the championship. Grimm, just enough. Great job off the fingers of Long Beach State.
You're going to see Ian Nolte get in here. Has not played so far this season. He's from Long Beach, California. Bit of a homecoming matchup, huh? He looked right at Coach. Looked at Coach Birch, threw up a number 1 with his finger, and Birch gives him the nod. So here he goes.
This one's for you, Long Beach. And dug out by Nolte. It's an overpass, though, and smacked home by Braun.
Teammates giving him hugs and some good charisma.
He's going to sub back out, but he got to come in. First match of the year, gets to serve, digs it out. Good showing. He's fired up.
Hey, I mean, you go against your hometown team and you have a good play and serve to go along with it. There's some confidence that brews there. And small moments like that could really help out a player's confidence down the line.
Yeah, so will that for Ohio State as Varga found the net. And the Buckeyes creeping in on that first set win against Long Beach State since Long Beach State was here for the championship a year ago. Wetzel. Varga.
Oh,
a savage swing.
I mean, there's a reason he's a 2-time All-American. He's being shrouded by another outside hitter, and out of nowhere jumps from beyond the 10.
Meeting at the net, and Long Beach State sailed it.
A lot of credit there to Daniel Henwood Rodriguez, winning a joust. 6'3" as well, so he had to get up there a little bit. Well,
he's got that spunk. They love that fire, and it just diffuses out to the whole team when he's on.
And you said it earlier, Ohio State not necessarily the tallest team going up against Long Beach State, but that's not necessarily what matters when it gets down to the nitty-gritty. That might be in. Oh, that's close.
That was close. It was. Dan Hurley, the frustrated clap of the hands, the universal sign of expletives.
Yeah, exactly.
Hrstanovic needing to go on a bit of a run here for Long Beach State, down 4.
He had 1 ace against George Mason, 3 errors from the service line.
Wetzel's had almost no errors, especially when attacking.
Wetzel's got 5 kills already on 9 swings. That is a 56% hitting percentage.
Only Grimm is better with multiple attacks. Eliel Salvatores. Hrstanovic. I think the whole Olo Cavelli Center was looking for Varga. Instead, they went to these fellow Canadian, Hrstanovic.
Yeah, that was a scheme I have not seen before. It looked like your setter is going to push it back towards the middle of the open floor. Pizzanti instead keeps it on the near side pin and allows Hrstanovic to take it free rein.
Here's Connor Bloom, who has been kind of a serving specialist for Long Beach State. Had 10 aces a year ago. And that one carried out of bounds, and it's going to be a set point for Ohio State.
Good read for Wetzel as well. He saw one off of Kellen Larson, just decided to leave it alone.
Serving Daniel Henwood Rodriguez. It'll still be set point. Alex Kondev would not be denied. And now Jackson Christ.
I don't know if I've seen this kind of power before from one offensive team. There's a reason why they're reigning national champions.
Varga. Long Beach, they have a motto, Long Beach guys. They're a little gritty, they're a little tough, and Long Beach State is showing that championship medal here in the first set, trying to claw their way back in. No room for error. And that time just over the threshold goes Jackson Christ, and for the first time since last May, someone else in Long Beach State has won a set in a match they're in. Ohio State takes the first set, 25-21. First set loss of the year for the Beach. The service error is high. How will they respond?
Keep playing with momentum and see if you could start off hot.
Stanislav Chinsky getting set number 2 started. Full contact there by Braun. They might redial up number 6. And he connected.
And you get a free ball all the way up top. Braun's 6'11". Doesn't have to jump too high.
That's the front line. With Braun being 6'11", Christ is 6'10". Some giants in the middle for Long Beach. That one a little long by Varga.
Well, then you look at the rest of the team. Jackson Christ, 6'10". You know, Connor Bloom is a serve specialist off the bench, 6'5". Varga's 6'7". Kondev's 6'7". I mean, this team, they're huge. Use that to their advantage.
Aaron Grimm. A little bit of a scramble, but they're able to find Kondev. Wetzel stuffed for the first time today, but it went out of bounds. Found a hand.
He went off that left forearm at Alex Kondev.
And for Long Beach State, how frustrating. they finally like, I finally got him, and then nope.
You feel like you're going to be able to tool the block, and instead it goes right back to the Buckeyes.
That one knocked down Larson. Braun, the changeup, strikes home.
I think what the most impressive thing to me so far is Kellen Larson. He is taking all of these fireballs. It is knocking him to the ground, and he's immediately getting back up and ready in the system before the ball's even swung over the net.
Kellen Larson from a volleyball family. His older sister also played at Long Beach State. And a net violation.
Looked like it.
And it was on Long Beach State. There's a little unforced error that brings Larson back in. But it'll bring up Wetzel to serve.
I believe that might have been on Jake Pizzanti.
Pizzanti, the redshirt freshman, who's really burst onto the scene this year.
They officially called a block error by Condev, so they switched it up.
Nick McRae getting a little bit of an explanation, and here's Wetzel looking for an answer. Condev, and then that one goes into the seats. Too much for Haczynski.
And even then, Wetzel had the curveball almost off the top of the tape. If he was able to clip it, that motion would have slowed down and dropped in the soft spot.
Yes, we mentioned the razor's edge in serving against these two top teams. You saw Wetzel found it. Condev. And another point for Ohio State. That time the meeting at the net, and it goes for Ohio State. So a couple of these have gone Ohio State's way.
I believe it's going to be another blocking error in the middle.
Well, Daniel Hurley will serve.
That error was on Jackson Christ.
The 6'10 freshman from Long Beach. Daniel Hurley on his back. So he isn't risen yet. This is on the land. So when he went up and served, he just served it. And right now he's got his leg raised. He's being helped up by the training staff. He had a slight smile on his face. I don't know if it was a Cheshire smile, but you see him
under his own power is a very positive thing to see here. Obviously, we talked about Hurley. Only played 4 matches last year before having a season-ending lower body injury. So it might be more precautionary, if anything, but good to see he got off on his own power.
And they're looking at his lower leg, ankle area, top of the foot, as play will continue with Alex Condev. Haczynski got a good swing, and Condev not able to handle the blast from the Warsaw native.
Owen Pickering as well was the first man off the bench to go in after Hurley went out. And Birch talked about it. The first line of defense, the Ontario native Pickering is ready at the drop of a hat. And here he is in a big spot in the second set.
Yeah, they got quite a few options there on the outside. That one is too much for Pickering. Outfitty, you just sub in, ball finds you.
I mean, that's just the specialty you see for Skylar Varga.
Now Jackson Christ will serve. He had 3 service errors in the first set. Follows it up with an ace. First of the day for Long Beach.
For both programs, 1 ace, so 2 in total, 18 combined service errors. Very few times you see those numbers as far apart as they are.
That's quite lopsided, and just added to it.
I mean, I think that just comes down to the power that both teams are on the reversal of it all.
Well, Daniel Henwood Rodriguez has the 1 ace thus far for Ohio State. See the towels and balloons they handed out before the game. Set for Braun. Is it a little wide? It was.
He had the angle. It looks like he just was too open-handed.
Long Beach State trails again. Henwood Rodriguez continues to serve as Buckeyes up 1. They won the first set 25-21. So now we're all tied again at 7. And Jake Pizzanti. Tall task this year, filling in from Monty Nikolov. We'll talk more about that later. There's Pizzanti in that setter's role this year. Wetzel. A reload to Wetzel. Varga. Kondev perfectly placed. Skylar Varga. And a rocket of a right hand.
He played that about as perfectly as he could. Played in system. You got to give Kondev a lot of credit there. When he played that backline defense perfectly, it allowed of a reset. The offense was ready on the return, and it sets up Varga. See it over 3 defenders, even faded the arm of Shane Wetzel.
Well, he had 270 kills a year ago. Well on his way. Too much for Pizzanti. The Buckeyes, who trailed for one of the first times tonight, quickly get an answer.
You can already tell there's a little more grittiness out on the hard one than there was the first set. I think that might have been both teams sizing each other up a bit more.
I think you're right.
Seeing what power could work, and now you're back to what you would expect. Well, the top 15 matchup.
Dead even. And that one, and a kill from the outside for Hershnitovich. So here's Skylar Varga. Native of Saskatchewan. Made a home for himself in Long Beach. And that one was repelled by Long Beach too far.
Wow.
That was another close one.
That was extremely close.
Imagine Nick McRae has got to be wondering, when are we going to get one of these tight ones? Because it seems a lot of the very close line calls have all been going Ohio State's way.
And it looks like he wants to use a challenge card on it. Might have gotten over that back line.
I thought, it really felt it could have gone either way.
It looked like it probably hit the midsection of the tape, which.
No, that one, no doubt.
That was clear as day.
An ace again for Long Beach State, their second of the set.
But that shows the importance of winning your challenges, especially when it was a close 8-8 set. Boom, 3 in a row for Long Beach State. They keep it on their side, and they go back with Varga.
Dug out that time by Pickering, fellow Canadian. And Ohio State a little out of sorts here. That one a little long and wide by Hachinski.
Sometimes those stoppages do a lot more to your mental than you think. Because if you are invested in like, oh, that's our point, it's not changing, and it goes back. All right, now you're at a disadvantage. The ball's not on your side. You have to win a side out. It's really tough.
Well, momentum so key in volleyball. And Wetzel. Ohio State turning to their old reliable, their senior from Lake Mary, Florida.
And he's a momentum starter.
And put down the throttle, too.
Can also stop the speed of another program on defense as well.
And here's Aaron Grimm.
Oh, my.
Dunked. Eliel Salvatore says you could just keep this ball over there.
Beauty. You could see he waited for the apex. As high as it could get, everyone rushed in. Thank you very much. I'm going to push it as far away as I can.
led the country in hit percentage and attacking percentage a year ago. Buckeyes on a bit of a roll. Never mind. An emphatic answer, response by Ben Braun.
I mean, what do you even do to stop that? Ben Braun, 6'11". You have to hope that if you are in the trajectory, you're able to keep it off the ground. That's about it.
Try to let it hit you, I guess.
Even then, if it shanks off you, still probably going to go wide.
Here's Gayak. Oh, and Eliel Salvatores having a moment here, the transfer.
On that setup as well, he started by playing the middle, slid to the far side pin, and normally that's a ball Shane Wetzel gets. Instead, he just jumped the gun and got in front of him by design. That's why the defense was so confused.
Yeah, Wetzel gets the ball now. And it was out. Hear the communication from up here. Kellen Larson let everybody know.
Haven't heard that as much today. I'm actually quite surprised. Normally teams early on in the first set, they'll be about as loud and vocal as possible, and then eventually they start to hit a flow state. You realize, okay, we're going to leave that one alone.
That one also long, so back-to-back service errors. Brings the margin back to 2. Here's Owen Pickering. Just blossom, grow his self-confidence this year, and it's really been thriving. Kept alive by Hudson, sky high. Wetzel's got to get it over. An overpass for Long Beach State. Wetzel. Varga hits it, but Ohio State has all their options. And Kondev snuck it in.
There's still a lot to be.
And he said that's really refreshing to him. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, but it's also because of the weather.
It has to be, right?
You know.
Nice beach,
Great beachfront property. Long Beach State playing like they're at home. Ohio State's obviously, we saw Ian Nolte getting in, another Long Beach native, but Kevin Birch, also from Southern California, Orange County. Kondev not from Southern California, but been there the last couple of years. Put it into the net.
And the roots you get in Southern California, especially beach volleyball.
Huge.
Yeah, I mean, it is huge. You go anywhere in that area of the state and that portion of the country.
You just look at who the teams were that were playing here at Pepperdine was in it.
Hawaii.
Just volleyball powers, all either Southern California or out, or Hawaii, lump them in.
Which is why the Big West is considered one of, if not the best men's volleyball conference in the country.
Yeah, just loaded. Long Beach State was picked to win the Big West this year, but a lot of competition, especially them in Hawaii. Long Beach State lost the conference title to Hawaii a year ago. Ohio State hanging in.
You need a lot of grit in this one if you're Ohio State. As much as you're down by 3, it feels like so much more because the momentum has stayed on the side of Long Beach State.
Well, you looked at the first set when Ohio State was up 4, it just felt like such a huge cushion, and now it feels that way for Long Beach State. There's Snidovic. Pickering kept it alive. Hudson serves it up. Varga. Another overpass to Long Beach State. It carried long, but what a performance there. Just keeping alive by Drew Hudson.
And Owen Pickering dove head first almost into the bench.
He went by the old school photos, I think, over there in that front section.
Yeah, he got good old range. And for the first man off the bench, you got to give a lot of props to him.
I also called that one out.
It honestly feels like one of those ball don't lie moments where you're that close. You can even see it. Drew Hudson just frustrated with himself that he couldn't get it in. And the error gives it right back to Stanislav Hachinsky.
He is one of the first team members on the All-MIVA a year ago, along with Wetzel. What a freshman year, the newcomer in the conference.
And he's only feeling more comfortable now in his role.
Coach, in the background's the pictures I was talking about. I
There
think
they are.
those are like yearbook pictures.
I hope so.
They froze him. Long Beach State's got the lead up 4. Speaking of which, number 4, Varga. This man can get on a run.
He had 14 double-figure kill performances last season and had 3 aces against George Mason.
Wetzel, that was off the shoe of the umpire up the line.
He is one of the 2 aces for the Beach today. Jackson Chris, the freshman, is in volleyball your entire life, like Drew Hudson is. That's all natural.
Yeah, and he's been a real hot rod out there.
Exactly.
A little long on the serve. Drew Hudson, though, when we say it's been a lifelong effort, his dad is Travis Hudson, who is an icon in volleyball. He's got a statue of himself at Western Kentucky where he's the head women's volleyball coach. Has been there forever. Phenomenal program. Oh, we saw Henry Rodriguez. He kind of gave the elbow to the first one, and Long Beach State said, oh, just try that again.
Yeah, you get him off his rocker on one, and you just reload the clip and go for it again.
Back to Braun to serve. Biggest lead of the evening for the Beach. Wetzel, an answer. Ohio State's got a big hill to climb, though.
You got to just ride that wave. If it goes to you and it looks good, take it. Attack with all you got. On those 50-50 balls as well, play them like they're in 100% of the time.
9 kills so far tonight for Wetzel. Here's Hudson, keeping it alive. That one a little long by Wetzel. He doesn't think so.
Birch
Neither
is going to want to
Birch.
challenge that, yeah. The players immediately pointed at Birch. No, you're going to want to check that. And I think they're right. It looks like it might have hit right in front of the back tape.
So video review here.
I think it's going to work in the way of the Buckeyes here. I think this one's going to be overturned. And if it has anything to do with the attempt from Nick McCray earlier on his challenge in a very similar call, almost picturesque on the opposite side of the floor, I think they're going to give it to OSU.
Yeah, we'll see. So there, as you said, there's been one challenge so far today. It was successful by the Beach. Will Kevin Birch have the same success? Either way, what a response this set by Long Beach State.
But the difference this point could make.
Yeah, you have Long Beach State's on the threshold if the point stands as called, which is a point for the Beach.
Are they up by 5 or up by 4? And if you're up 5, they keep it. And if it's 4, Ohio State has a chance to serve in their own right. Which one would have to assume you're going to go with one of the 3 hot shots of either Shane Wetzel, Stanislav Hachinsky,
There's the
or
replay.
even Christian Teresi at a shot. And I think we just saw the ball touch in front of the white tape.
Austin, they might have been looking at if it was touched by Condev.
Then maybe 2 things to go in their advantage.
There's McRae back there, middle of the huddle.
It would have had to have been a very high up-down swing if it got contact.
Here's the word. So it stays with Long Beach State.
Birch is not happy with that.
Long Beach State, though, thrilled.
Oh, yeah, of course. You keep it and you're up by 5.
You got Hrstanovic will be serving. Looking to level this match off. Long Beach State leading by 5 here. leading by 4 here in the second set. Ohio State took the first one. Here's Ian Nolte, the pride of Long Beach, California, made his debut in set number 1. Big spot here, set number 2. Crafty by Pizzanti.
How often do you see the setter going for kills? Which Pizzanti, when you look at him so far this season, has 10 kills and 100+ assists.
And an ace. Long Beach State going to run through the tape here in set number 2 as there's a timeout.
The challenge that worked for them was the beginning of the afterburners going, realizing we cannot go down 2-0.
Alex Kondev to finish off the Buckeyes in set 2. And he does so with flair and ace. And so an emphatic answer by Long Beach State in set number 2. 25-18. Look at that, 7 kills through 2 sets by Ben.
Coach, only 1 attacking error in the first set, 5 in the second. So how can you limit those heading into the third set?
Yeah, I think it's a balance like we always talk about. I think we had 7 service errors though, so we're far from perfect, but if we're able to get them off the net and take their middles out of the offense, good things are happening and we're able to score some good points. So I think they were on the net a lot more. We were serving a little bit easier. Thought we did some good things. We got a couple tough calls that I thought went against us, but that's how it goes. That's how the game goes. But again, I think we'll be in good shape when we get them off the net.
So disappointing to see anyone get injured. Any updates you can provide on Daniel Hurley?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I feel for him. He's had a tough injury past, and he works so freaking hard. He's a great kid. He's come a long way. So hopefully it's one where he can come back here soon, but we'll see. And hoping the best for him. He certainly deserves to be in there.
This is the first game Ian Nolte has played in. I know he's from Long Beach. Did that play into your decision to put him in there?
No, he's earned it. He's earned every bit of it. He's worked really hard, and he's a talented kid that's gotten a lot better since he's been here. And he's earned the playing time he's gotten.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Good one through 2 sets, all even at 1. We'll go to
set and bouncing back pretty strong in set number 2.
It was a great set 2 response. Obviously, we brought our team out to Ohio State for a reason, a killer crowd, a great NCAA type of prep environment. Our team settled in. We prepped a little bit better on that second set, and we're ready to respond in this third set. Let's go.
Any areas of improvement you want to see from your team in the third set?
We're going to work harder, all 6 guys on the court, and we need all 17. That's what we're saying from a Long Beach State standpoint. It's going to take all 17 guys to keep moving forward.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Coach. Guys, back to you.
each have all the momentum.
If you can stop them early, or there's an error early, especially for somebody like Varga who serves with the best of them, that could start something.
6 kills so far today for Varga. Baczynski is denied by Braun. And that's the response out of the gate that Nick McRae and Long Beach State were hoping for.
This really just seems like a game of whoever's outsides are going to play the best will come away victorious.
Service error by Varga. His 5th, most for Long Beach State. He also has an ace. Here's Aaron Grimm, the redshirt sophomore from Louisville, Kentucky. Former Trinity Shamrock. Oh man, Ben Braun.
Just dumped it down right in front of Shane Wetzel. You could see it. He blinked and it was right in front of him.
Or Nick McRae described Ben Braun. He said, the people of Columbus, Ohio remember him, and they're not going to forget him anytime soon either.
Especially with his stature all the way at 6'11".
Oh, and there's the 6'10 Jackson Christ. All Long Beach State in set number 3.
As crazy as this may seem, if Long Beach State gets an ace or a few more points, Birch may want to take a quick timeout.
It just feels listless for Ohio State, and then Long Beach State all fired up. Salvatore is denied at first. And then he's long at second. The gears are churning for Kevin Birch.
See, that's a situation where you're okay with not calling a timeout because you played the serve well, you set it up, you even were on the attack at a good point. Just were too wide.
A little steam off the ball for Braun. Wetzel, did he dot the line? He did.
And it feels very different. You're only down by 2, yes, but last time you try for the other side of the court, doesn't work. Then you just flip who you're going with, stick it with Wetzel.
Edwin Rodriguez. Varga handled that splendidly. And then off of Wetzel.
When you look at Alex Kondev as well, now in his sophomore season, he wasn't a regular rotation piece until conference play of last year. He played in 8 conference matches in the Big West, especially going down the stretch. He started 7 of them, and that allowed him to play well in the NCAA tournament and conference time, and here is a regular starter.
And a denial by Christ. Long Beach State, the reigning champions, flexing their muscles.
Christ and Kondev, those are 2 guys you don't want to go into. Chris 6'10", Kondev 6'7".
Here's Hershnetovich still serving. In that first set, it seemed like Ohio State was getting the better of Long Beach at the net. And it began to flip in the second set, and then here in the third, it has really been Long Beach State.
Ohio State has to take advantage of these errors, plain and simple. If they get the ball back and then Long Beach State can win the side out, it's hard to stop it.
Bazzanti denied by Pickering. Wetzel couldn't quite slam the door that time, as Kondev was able to slip it by him.
And there's another side out one for the Beach.
And here he is again. Wetzel stuffed. Did it go out of bounds? It did.
Looks like it. This is really going to be a game of whatever team can win in a shootout. There are only 6.5 blocks combined. All of them are for Long Beach State.
We mentioned that size advantage.
And then disadvantage if you're on the side of Ohio State.
Chris met at the net by Pickering. Back row attack by Haczynski. So maybe a momentum swing for Ohio State. They're down 2. Back goes Eliel Salvatores, the Puerto Rican national.
It's hard to hide Haczynski, and yet he went right through the wickets of Christ.
An ace. Second of the day.
So big. Henwood Rodriguez had the first, and Salvatore is there with the second. Let that energy flow through. You're only down by 1 here.
He just wanted a shot with a big-time program, and he's taking it here in set 3. Hershnetovich snuck it in as Pickering went tumbling.
2 Canadians, some accidental contact at the end, and the Buckeyes take the point.
Probably said sorry.
That's pretty fair. It's a good assessment. You got to tip your cap to Owen Pickering. Tried it there, and you see that's
who says volleyball's not a contact
immediately
sport?
The arm goes out. Pickering has been put in a tough spot, coming in for Hurley after that lower body injury. Hopefully he's okay.
It seems like anytime Owen Pickering is having to pick himself off the ground, he's just having the time of his life.
He's had some crazy plays so far. That one where he almost got his teeth into the lower section of the bleachers, came up smiling.
Everywhere.
Well, his teammates had to tell him, this ball's still in. He quickly got up, smiled, looked at him, and ran back in the backline defense.
Yeah, I see the discussion going on. Point was given to Ohio State. And so, reset things. Eliel Salvatores is still serving. as Ohio State has leveled up this third set.
The difference in these two teams are the attack errors. Ohio State with 10, Long Beach State with 5.
And that one a little long by Salvatores.
But that's basically been the main difference in this game. The kills are within 2. Long Beach State 27, Ohio State with 25. Total swings, 55 for the Buckeyes and 54 for the Beach. I mean, it is so eerily similar.
Here is Christ. I was going to say the task for him is to be able to locate that serve, and he has not been able to do so for the most part today. It's his 5th service error. And here comes Shane Wetzel, who's able to locate it as well as anybody.
I don't know if you're getting this feeling or you guys at home either, but this seems like a game where at one point one team has all the momentum, and then the next side over, you're unsure of who's going to win the set.
It feels such a battle. Denied by Pickering on the way down. Free ball for Ohio State. Wetzel. Found by Larson. Varga. And that's going to carry all the way to Finley.
That almost made its way to the locker room.
I think it's still going. There wasn't a wall there. So Pizzanti will serve. But this third set, it's felt like Long Beach State has appeared to be the more dominant side, but then you look up at the scoreboard, and it's Ohio State just battles their way back in. They're down 2.
It feels like it started, 4-1 Long Beach State. You're like, all right, they're continuing that momentum and that hot streak from the end of the second set. And now you look, only a few points later, and Ohio State's still in it.
Pizzanti. Close but long.
This never seemed like it was going to be one of these matches where one team was just dragging the dog by the leash. It seemed that there was always going to be that pacing battle of who's able to stay ahead the longest, keep that momentum, and keep their cardio up.
This feels more like one of those NCAA tournament games.
It does.
Because both these teams, their beginning of the year has been a breeze. They've been dominant. Here's Owen Pickering to serve.
It only gets harder for both, though. Both are going to have to face UCLA within the next week or two.
And Varga perfectly placed. And it will be Skylar Varga who will serve.
Looked like Hachinsky as well may have gotten his hand in it. Varga and Ben Braun had 8 kills. Yeah, he did hit that thumb. Good shot by a replay.
There's Aaron Grimm right down the middle. Four kills for Aaron Grimm. His hit percent, 80. Strong showing by the redshirt sophomore.
Yeah, the few chances he's had to swing it, he's done well. Only a handful. And we haven't even seen him on the block side of things. Ohio State still has 0.
Gandev. Off a deflection from Ohio State.
I think that's been the biggest difference in this match so far, is that Long Beach State is forcing Eliel Salvatores and Aaron Grimm to act as extra pin hitters instead of middle blockers.
That time they do try a middle attack, and it was repelled by the giant front line of Long Beach.
And when you have a middle playing at a position where they're comfortable but not fully comfortable with, you allow your own middle, like Ben Braun, to be ready defensively.
Wetzel kept alive by Varga. Gandev. Wetzel. A little change up by Christ. Back row attack by Pickering, a floater. And that one carried too long by Pizzanti, who has his hand in the air saying, my bad. And Ohio State stays alive.
A lot of credit to Daniel Henwood Rodriguez on that play. The fake over to the back corner.
Well, he plays with that flair, and he's was in the midst there or almost every juncture. What a great point by Henwood Rodriguez. And now he'll serve, trying to tie up this game. Another service error.
24 assists in this one for Henwood Rodriguez, and on the flip side for Bizzanti, he's got 26.
He had a season high in assists last time out against George Mason, 36 of them. Now,
you mean Henwood Rodriguez, correct? Both teams did just play George Mason.
Yeah, with Henwood Rodriguez now. But 36 is him just getting warmed up. He had 55 a year ago against Ball State.
I remember that game because I asked Coach Birch about it after, and he's like, yeah, he was just everywhere. I mean, he's one of the guys where, you know, any chance you need him, he's going to back you up.
-6. Stanislav Hachinsky. Kick save doesn't rescue Hachinsky, and Long Beach State regrows their lead to 2, and we'll take a timeout. Welcome back, everybody. Long Beach State leads by 4, and this just seems, again, we mentioned it was a pivotal third set, and this cliche is really living itself out here, Austin.
Yeah, and one of the big cliches that have helped Long Beach State, not only last season but this season, Daniel Hirschtanovich, you see sky-high 15 points against George Mason. And when you look at that game itself, 11 kills, a service ace, 3 service errors, 3 digs, but 6 total blocks, which ties his career high. And last season, he was top 10 in the Big West in kills per set, points per set, hit percentage, and block percentage.
Uncontrolled by Hudson. But to your point with Hirschtanovich is his mentality for Nick McRae. He's got a yes mentality. He'll play left, he'll play right, he'll play in the rafters, under the floor, wherever you need him, he'll go.
Guy like that can help you do anything.
That was off the chin of Pickering.
Did that just work?
It did.
I think that rolled off his nose.
These are just the plays that are working for Pickering.
Owen Pickering has had a couple of these today.
The only thing missing on that was him rolling around a few times on the ground.
Yeah, you could see he's definitely trying to get his face all good. It looks like his nose might be a bit numb. Yeah, that happens.
Looks like he just spent a little too long out there in the January of Columbus. A little chilly.
We've all been hit in the face with a volleyball before.
That's true.
It is not fun, no.
More fun if it goes off your face and in.
Yeah, see, that happened to me when I was talking to the coaches pre-match. All I hear is heads up and bang. Left side of my temple is now bright red.
Here's Ryan Peluso, the junior from Orlando, Florida, redshirted in 2024. Wetzel stuffed that time. Reaching tall is Ben Braun, who has been outstanding today.
Just going bad to worse for Ohio State, down by 6.
There's Peluso. One of the 3 setters for Long Beach State. Although obviously Bizzanti has been outstanding in that role this year, but Long Beach State's got 3 to pick from. Here's Wetzel. Too strong.
These errors at certain points, especially on the service side, you have to be able to dwindle them down in key moments like this.
Yeah, there's some of those service errors that it just feels like the air in Cavelli just gets sucked out. Hit the lie by Hachinsky. Wetzel all the way to the rafters. Can the Buckeyes capitalize? And here's the man of the moment, Owen Pickering.
Let's see what he's got.
Maybe if he tried to head it over.
You never know at this point.
He's tried to dig it out, went under the net. The Beach are in cruise control right now, and Skylar Varga, one of their many stars, the brightest.
Just 1 kill away from double digits. 1 ace today as well.
Still one.
And that's his 6th service error. That's the highest so far.
Christ is close with 5, but Varga pacing the field with those errors. And here's Ian Nolte, as we heard from the interview with Kevin Birch and Hannah Williford, he's earned his spot today. This isn't just a little taste of hometown cooking. And that one zoomed by Pickering, and Long Beach State is zooming their way for a 3rd set victory.
And Connor Bloom comes back in, the service specialist. He only really appears once you can see the writing on the wall for Long Beach State, and maybe by design, he's like a closer in baseball. He comes in when you know you just need a couple of outs, and you'll secure a victory, and this being set 3.
Yeah, you're trying to get it in and stay in control. And an ace for Connor Bloom, the Huntington Beach native.
Just hit a changeup off the top of the hands of Stanislav Hachinsky. The Buckeyes will use their last timeout.
All Long Beach State, they lead by 7, and they're going to have a lot of things to figure out for Kevin Birch and the Buckeyes.
This East Coast and Midwest tour where you're trying to get comfortable playing multiple matches in a few days along with the travel itself. You're just trying to find a way to get to the advantage. Also, this is the hardest team they've faced so far at this point in the young season. So there's going to be a few hiccups in the road as you try to get another victory and stay undefeated.
And Bloom trying to knock out the Buckeyes a little long on the serve. Not the bestest with the math, but Daniel Hunter Rodriguez, all he has to do is get 6 in a row.
Yeah, it's about fair. To at least tie it. Went 2 to win, so I guess 8 if you really wanted to go in that regard.
Yeah, at least 6 in a row.
Numbers have never been my strong suit.
Wetzel got a hit on it. Overpass by Long Beach State. Buckeyes in system. Knocked down Pickering, but Hudson found it. Hachinsky. Kondev tried to slap it in, and he got it off Ohio State. The deflection. And Long Beach State takes the 2-1 lead going to set number 4 after an impressive victory here in set number 3.